Okay, so thank you for joining us, Christian. We have today 5 questions to ask you about the aerospace industry. First of all, will be how did you came up with the idea of a digital airshow concept?
Sophie, yes, usually the first half of the year is the most dynamic period in terms of events and meetings, with the Singapore Air Show, Aircraft Interior, MRO Americas, for example. Not being able to attend these events, we miss the opportunity to meet with partners and customers, but also to provide the industry with an update on Aurelia new developments. We have new solutions to meet upcoming safety requirements that we want to talk about. So we adapted our organization and communication to the current context, going digital as much as we could. And at some stage, we felt like we could bring something different. An air show is actually the spirit of what everyone is missing today. So the Aurelia Air Show is not to our partners and customers until we can reach each other. We can see each other again. Yeah.
Indeed, that's what we're all waiting for.
Absolutely.
Following up, my next question will be how did Aurelia face this famous coronavirus COVID-19 situation?
Well, the COVID-19 has been a game changer for every company involved in civil or commercial aviation activities. Discussions with airlines for avionics or cabin upgrades were put on hold. Aircraft manufacturers, under the economic pressure, delayed their new aircraft deliveries, but also private aircraft owners were unable to fly due to the lockdown in some countries. Obviously, all of this affected the overall demand for new products. We began the year with a strong order book, fortunately for us, so our organization remained fairly resilient to this new and unforeseen situation and actually new market environment that we have to take into account. While having most of our staff working from home, we were able to maintain our on-site operations, including logistics, customer support through our Part 145, FAR 145, TCCA repair shop, and almost as usual, we kept supporting our customers and partners. Over the January to May period, we delivered actually more than 1,400 emergency locators. And more importantly, the company reached an important milestone for us as we shipped our 80,000th ELT since the beginning of our ELT business back in 1995 when we introduced the first Canad 4680P at that time. In parallel, our defense and government activities remain extremely dynamic through the supply of military-grade locator beacons, as well as personal recovery devices. In these tough times, armies, navies, and air forces globally need more than ever our support with the crucial delivery of their life-saving equipment. This is critical equipment that our customers are expecting and waiting for.
Thank you for those
Mm.
precisions. My next question will be, as you mentioned, this new device to address mainly the commercial aviation segment. What are you, what are your predictions regarding the market recovery?
Well, the aviation is one of the most impacted industry today. We saw clear skies, no aircraft flying. So it will take time to recover as people become more confident in traveling for leisure, for example. And then also as working remotely has been a new experience for many companies, which will probably reduce the need for travel for business as well. Then this will really be when a vaccine is available that people becomes 100 confident in traveling. Airlines have already demonstrated and they promote that the air within an aircraft is recirculated regularly through high efficiency filters, capturing more than 99% of the airborne microbes, so reducing the exposure to the virus. A second wave is a fear globally, which would again close borders in between countries when today it is starting to open up. Passenger demands may not recover until 2022 or 2023, domestic and regional airlines, air travel, will certainly resume first. What is sure is that the pre-COVID-19 market outlooks are now obsolete. We should see the number of new aircraft delivered dropping on the short term, as airlines will save their cash postponing deliveries. However, we see that operators are already retiring some aging aircraft and high fuel consuming aircraft as well. This is in favor of new airplanes to be delivered, in fact, to the industry and to the airlines. So that has a positive aspect in some matters.
And so speaking about plans, what are your key goals for the year to come now?
Well, we know that the 2020 budget for civil aviation is not realistic anymore. We still have the ambitions to meet our 2020 military budget. Our brand new military PLB, the Sarbe Evo range, recently released, will be a good asset to reach this goal. As an organization, we are used to working globally with all digital communication tools available. We will continue to provide the support that our partners and customers deserve, whether it is by working on joint programs, offering maintenance services, or other tailored proposals. But very important milestone, we are preparing the introduction of 2 new generation ELTs dedicated to the commercial aviation and business segments under the Canad brand.
So can you tell us a bit more about those 2 new ELTs you have in the pipe?
Yes, of course. As a reminder first, for people who might not be familiar with the safety equipment, there are 2 different ELT types. One is installed at the rear of the aircraft and fixed to the structure, such as the ELT DT for distress tracking, and a portable one, which is used by the commercial crew in the cabin in case of evaluation. So these new developments are driven by 2 ELT regulations, including the autonomous distress tracking that people call ADT, which is a portion of the Global Aeronautical Distress and Safety Systems, GADS, which applies to all new aircraft delivered from January 2023. The second requirement is related to the special conditions for non-rechargeable lithium battery and is aimed at preventing the battery to take fire within the aircraft. We then use new technologies to support the lithium-powered items today. The Canad Ultima DT for distress tracking meets both these requirements, and unlike the traditional automatic fixed ELTs, it activates autonomously based on flight parameters such as loss of power, loss of attitude, and many others, in fact, parameters that are standardized. This new ELT type comes as an answer, really, in fact, to the MH370 and AF447 tragedies. These aircraft wreckage could not be located at all or after a very long and expensive search and rescue effort. As a good example to illustrate our solution is the development of the ELT remote activation as part of the Galileo return link service. You can activate the ELT from the ground. This is an option, in fact, when there are missing reports from the normal tracking of the aircraft. Aurelia works with aircraft manufacturers to integrate the Canad Ultima DT and ensure it is ready for installation prior to the 2023 mandate. To meet evolving safety requirements and offer a comprehensive new generation ELT family to operators, we also recently launched the Canad Ultima S, which is a portable ELT variant, called as the ELTS standard. So this is aimed at being installed in the aircraft cabin or in life raft. This ELT is a standalone equipment which is critical in the aircraft evacuation process to locate potential survivors and alert search and rescue forces. So these are the two key products that we are putting on the market, very soon. So I hope this is a clear explanation on that. What we need to remember is in fact that these new ELT are part of a family responding to the new aircraft regulation, lithium, ELT-DT, in fact, which are the key features and key requirements for now. So I hope you will have a great time visiting our event, our new page, in fact. So we look forward to welcoming you on our booth for real, when possible, next time at the next industry event. But this is today a virtual show that we are proposing to you. So in conclusion, you have the 5 key points that I wanted to pass as a message. The first one being that all the pre-COVID market outlooks are now obsolete. It's obvious. Whether there will be a second wave or not, we don't know yet. We also hope for the best, but anyway, the situation will not recover immediately. There are good signs, but we never know. And we have to look at new business outlooks. In these critical times, Aurelia continue to provide the support to our partners, customers worldwide, whether it is by tailored programs, joint programs offering, exchange offers as well. We have created this first virtual trade show that allows to keep the connection, to show what Aurelia as a whole can propose, in fact, in terms of capabilities. You will see during the week that we are proposing several webinars, and I will leave Sophie to tell you a bit more about that. So we are proud today really to propose and promote the Ultima line, the new range of ELTs from Aurelia that we are launching, and also, celebrating the 80,000th ELT shipped. This is quite a large number, which shows the recognition from the industry and fidelity from our customers. So thank you all our customers and partners.
Indeed, thank you all. Okay, if you have questions for Christian, please don't hesitate to put this in the user chat box and I will send it to him. Right now, one question comes to mind is about the Ultima line that you have. I know those products have been developed through a European program, via GSA program. Can you tell a bit more about that?
Yes, of course. The ELT DT first. The Ultima DT has been developed in the framework of a program called Helios. This is H2020 program that we won. In fact, we created a consortium to propose a range of products of safety beacons that are supporting the Galileo returning service and aiming at commercializing products. So we have as key partners Airbus Commercial Airplane, we have Air France, we have Cobham Antenna, we have CNES, the French Space Agency, we have Cyan, which is a company, in fact, involved in the maritime activities, because, in fact, the Helios program is aiming at putting 3 products on the market, an ELT-DT, an EPIRB, which is actually the ELT of commercial ships, and a PLB, personal locator beacon, for land expedition operations. And by the way, the PLB has been certified by Cospasarsat with the RLS, returning service very recently. So that's for the ELTDT. For the Ultima S survival ELT, we have also support from the GSA, from Galileo Space Agency, as a consortium, in fact, where we work with our certification agency for the survival ELT, which includes the return link service. So the ELT, when activated, will transmit normally to the search rescue organizations through Cospasarsat satellites. And you will have a return message through Galileo satellite that is telling the ELT, so then the survivor, that the distress message has been received. So this is also a key feature of the Ultima S. So this is part of a project which is called TOSETI, funded by the GSA. Yeah.
Thank you, Christian. Other question that came up, you launched the Ultima DT a few years ago. You launched the Ultima S last year at the Paris Air Show. Are there more news to come from the years to come afterwards?
There will be, in fact, we continue the Ultima family, but you have to guess, what would be a third, a third member of the family a bit later on. But this is the beginning of a new portfolio from Aurelia, meeting the lithium battery requirements with new features, and basically keeping up to date the Aurelia ELT range. That's the idea. Yeah.
Thank you. So just to follow up about what Christian said about our virtual trade show, I want to just switch up about the fact that we have other webinar session coming up, following up this one on the few days to follow up until the end of the show on June 26th. Sorry. So Christian mentioned the Ultima S and Ultima DT. You might be interested to know that, for example, the webinar about GATS ADT is actually revolving about the Ultima DT for that matter. It's more about the GATS requirements, the latest requirements from that program, as well. The Thursday, June 25th, Galileo Search and Rescue is around the Ultima S. So we'll talk about the return link system that is actually an option on that beacon. So you will learn more around that. Those little webinars to came up. If you haven't subscribed, don't hesitate to ask us or to visit Aurelia website for that matter. And obviously, don't hesitate to visit our virtual booth. It's now live on the Aurelia website. You will find out that we have a main focus on commercial aviation, but we also have a focus on our combat search and rescue beacons, as well as all testing and simulation, timing and synchronization equipment that Aurelia has been known working with for years. As well, we have the new SpectraTime Emerald, which is a mini rubidium. That's the new born from the Aurelia Atomic Clock portfolio. So if you want to visit it, you can actually click on all the products, all the video, request for meetings, request for quote. You can even register for webinar by checking out the booth. So please visit, take the time to check out all those products, all those technologies, and especially give us your feedbacks. Don't hesitate to ask for meetings and for more comments about our products. And I think this is it. Thank you for participating to this webinar session. I hope this starts well for you. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact Aurelia.
Thank you, Sophie, for this organization.
Thank you, Christian. Have a nice day to all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.